Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, let's make a beloved Puerto Rican pastry known as quesitos. Let's get into it. So here are the ingredients for the quesitos. So in a bowl, I have 1 8-ounce block of room temperature cream cheese. I just left it out for an hour and a half. In half a cup of powdered sugar. In this little bowl right here, I have like some coarse sanding sugar or decorating sugar. I'm going to use that to sprinkle on top of the quesitos. I'll show you later. And then I have here 1 beaten egg. Here I have about 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and I'm just going to go ahead and pour it in that bowl because that's going to be the mixture for the quesito filling. And then in this bowl right here, I just have a bit of some light corn syrup. I'm going to use this to brush over the quesitos to give it that delicious crusty glaze on top. And then I'm going to be using this guava paste. In Spanish, guava is guayaba because I'll be making cheese quesitos and also cheese and guayaba quesitos. Super delicious. And then for the pastry, super easy. I'm going to use this Pepperidge Farm puff pastry sheets. You can use any brand you like. Just make sure it says puff pastry. And if you prefer to make your own, you can just look up a quick video on how to do so. Now I'm going to go ahead and mix up all the ingredients for the cheese filling. Now, when it comes to quesitos, everybody has like their own version on how they make it. I like to make my filling a little more cheesecake-like. I want it to taste really good, to be a little sweet, but there are Puerto Rican bakeries that their cheese filling for the quesitos is just straight cream cheese. Like that's it. And the only sweetness you get is from the pastry, the outside of the pastry. But for my quesitos, I want my filling to be nice and flavorful and a little sweet. So as you can see, it's very easy to mix together, even though it looks like I'm struggling, but I promise I'm not. The reason why it looks like I'm struggling is because I'm trying to not let my arm get in the way of the camera. So my angle was just a little awkward. But yeah, since the cream cheese was nice and soft, it was pretty easy to mix together and I didn't need like a hand mixer. So that's going to save you a lot of time. And if you're thinking about using whipped cream cheese instead of regular cream cheese, do not, because whipped cream cheese will just melt when you bake it. Okay, so use regular full-fat cream cheese and you are good to go. And after I prepared my cheese mixture, I went ahead and put it inside a plastic baggie and I make sure that I take most of the air out. I'm just going to squeeze it to a corner of the bag and then I'm going to cut the tip, and I have like a very easy homemade piping bag. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cut some thinnish pieces of that guava paste and set it to the side. I ended up using like a little less than half of the block because I made some of my quesitos all cheese, some of them guava and cheese. So it just depends. Just cut as much as you need. And the good thing is that this preserves really well in the fridge. So whatever you don't use, just save it in your refrigerator and get creative and make something else with it. All right, now it's time for the fun part. Let's go ahead and make these quesitos. This is actually the second puff pastry sheet. I already went ahead and used the first one. I just wanted to practice before I actually recorded. Okay, so I have my sheet here and I'm going to use my rolling pin to flatten it out just a little bit. This rolling pin is very old. When my daughter was little, she used it for an arts and craft and stained it and it never came out. Rest assured, it is nice and clean. It's just not aesthetically beautiful. But anyway, if you don't have a rolling pin, you can use like a long wine bottle or any kind of long cylinder apparatus to roll out and flatten the puff pastry just a little bit. Now, keep in mind that these puff pastry sheets, they come frozen. So what I do, I let it thaw on the counter for about 20 minutes until it's thawed, but still very cold. They will thaw pretty quickly. You want to keep it cold because you want to make sure that the butter within the puff pastry dough stays solid. That's very important so that when you go ahead and bake these, they puff up and have that nice flaky texture. It's a whole science, okay? Now you can make your quesitos as big or as small as you like them. I'm cutting mine into 6 equal parts. If you want the really long quesitos, just cut them into 3 long strips and you'll be able to have like those nice long quesitos. And those are actually a little easy to work with. All right, I have here my makeshift piping bag. I already have half the filling in this bag actually, because again, I already prepared the first puff pastry sheet and make quesitos with it. But yeah, gonna go ahead and add a good amount, not too much, not too little. You want to have like that good ratio of quesito filling and puff pastry dough. So while I'm applying my filling diagonally, you can actually apply them straight from up and down and then roll your quesitos that way. There's not really like a wrong way to roll them. I am going to show you 2 ways though. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some guava slices. Just to some of them. You can add them to all of it if you like. And you can even make quesitos with only guava paste and they'll come out delicious. You can also play around with the filling if you want to make it with guava, which is really traditional and common. You can also use like a pineapple jelly or something like that. That'll be really good too. All right, and then with clean hands, I'm going to go ahead and dip my fingers and just coat the corners of the puff pastry sheet. This is going to act as a glue when we go and roll them up. All right, so here's the first way, or the first method to roll your quesitos. I'm gonna go ahead and just fold over the corners like so. And the ends are going to be exposed. Since I don't have so much filling inside of these, they will seep out a little bit, but they're gonna look really nice. Okay, this is just one way. And this is my second method. So I go ahead and I coat every corner with the egg wash. Okay, I'm not a professional at this, guys, but they came out pretty good. All right, just go ahead and kind of just like fold it over like so. I pinch any corners just to make sure that nothing is exposed. And then I just roll it up like so. See, look at that. Looks so cute. It looks like a little egg roll. All right, super easy. Just find whatever method works best for you, including your own method. So I ended up making 12 mini size quesitos. And here I have the light corn syrup, and I added just a little bit of water to make it a bit thinner. Remember, I will have all of the ingredients in the description box below. All right, and with that syrup mixture, I'm gonna go ahead and use my basting brush and lightly brush the outside of the quesitos with it. This is going to give it a beautiful, crispy, crunchy texture on the outside of the quesito. I also know that there's people that instead of using this, they'll use like an egg wash to give it that crispy crunch. If you want to do that, you can. And also, if you don't want to use like a corn syrup glaze, you can find the recipe to make your own. All right, so once my quesitos are nice and glazed, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle that coarse sugar on top. This is going to give it another layer of delicious crispiness. Now you can find the sugar like this in the baking aisle. It's probably going to be like next to the sprinkles. Okay, it's very simple to find. And you can probably also use a little bit of light brown sugar as well. That'll be really delicious because then that sugar will melt a little bit when it bakes, and it's going to give it like a nice crunchiness on the outside as well, but with that brown sugar flavor. All right, my quesitos are ready to go. Gonna go ahead and bake these at 350 degrees. And I'm gonna bake them for about 25 to 30 minutes, just until they are nice and golden brown. So as you can see, I already ate the one in the middle and it was delicious. So this is the one that I made that is sealed on the ends, right? It looks a little more aesthetic, I guess. And then these are the ones that I made them more into like little quesito turnovers. But I love when it busts out like that on the ends. I love that. So you can make it however you want, but they came out amazing. You can hear the crunch. That little corn syrup glaze that I did made it nice and crispy on the outside. There was no need for egg wash because I don't want the quesito to taste like egg personally. And then like the little coarse sugar just makes it look so pretty. Little ASMR moment. Ooh. Now this is just regular quesito. It is so fresh. And it has like the perfect amount of cheese. Of course, you can always customize these. You can put more cheese in it. You can use like guava paste like I did. You can put pineapple jam, whatever you like. My second one. So good. And that is all for today's video. If you've enjoyed today's tutorial on how to make Puerto Rican quesitos, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. It supports the channel more than you know. Also, be sure to hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever a new video is out, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Until next time.